radars have sensed movement near the North Pole. It appears that the elves have finished loading Santa's sleigh, and Santa has lifted off. Even loaded with all the gifts and goodies, Santa's sleigh seems to be moving lightning fast. He has a busy night ahead of him if he's to deliver all of the holiday gifts on time. No worries, though. NORAD will be sure skies are clear for each stage of Santa's Yuletide journey. For more information about NORAD, visit www.norad.mil. NORAD is receiving reports that the Air Force Space Command operated Defense Support Program satellites, or DSP, that Santa's sleigh is continuing across North America. The DSP satellites use infrared sensors to detect heat from missile and booster plumes against the Earth's background. But in this case, the infrared sensors are picking up the heat signature from Rudolph's bright red nose. NORAD will continue to monitor DSP to keep track of Santa's progress around the globe and tell you where he's going next. NORAD spotted Santa over Sydney, Australia, and the majestic Sydney Opera House. The Opera House, which is located in Sydney Harbour, is one of the most famous performing arts centres in the world. The building is shaped like the sails of a boat and sits in the middle of a harbour like a peninsula. The Sydney Opera House is probably the most photographed building in Australia and has often been considered the greatest architectural work of the 20th century. Where do you think Santa will travel next? Keep tracking with NORAD to find out. So far, Santa's had a smooth flight this year. He's not encountered any difficulties, which is great news for us here at NORAD. The Santa Cams last spotted Santa flying over India's famous Taj Mahal. What a sight! Did you know that India has a population of more than 1 billion people? That's about 950 people per square mile. Wow! Santa and his team of reindeer are making great time, and we think they may be a few minutes ahead of schedule. Keep checking back with us here at NORAD for updates on Santa's location. Military troops stationed in Kandahar, Afghanistan, have received reports that Santa is moving south and is about to make his stop. Santa is a huge supporter of the troops and ensures he visits all the military bases across the world to spread his holiday cheer. More than 13,500 people live at Kandahar Airfield. Armed forces from Canada, France, Great Britain, the Netherlands, and the U.S. are just some of the 20 or so nationalities that make up the population of this base, situated near the second largest city in Afghanistan. NORAD's Santa Cams have just spotted Santa flying over Moscow, Russia. Moscow is a winter wonderland this time of year, and Santa loves the beautiful trees and decorations that shine in the night sky throughout the city. Though the Russian Santa Claus, Father Frost, is not due to visit Russia for another 2 weeks, Santa loves that so many people enjoy celebrating with him too. Rising high and majestically perched above the beautiful city of Athens, Greece, Santa flies above the Acropolis, or the upper city of Athens. Most sacred temples and monuments on the Acropolis were dedicated to Athena and other Greek gods. The ancient home of philosophy and the birthplace of Western civilization, Athens has been continuously inhabited for at least 7,000 years. Today it remains a sprawling metropolis, and its Acropolis still stands, overlooking the landscape. NORAD is keeping watch as Santa continues his journey. Santa is now cruising over the Mediterranean, and NORAD satellites are watching as he heads toward Rome, Italy. Rome's magnificent architecture, fountains, and piazzas are some of Santa's favorite sights during his journey. He also loves that there is so much history here, and flying over the Coliseum and the ruins of the ancient city bring back memories of the gladiators and chariots of long ago, which seem like yesterday to him. Buona feste! Happy holidays! Bonjour. Santa has just entered France and flown by the Eiffel Tower in Paris. French children should be in bed soon because Père Noël, as Santa is called in France, can only deliver toys when they are asleep. France is the home to the world-famous Tour de France, a grueling 3-week, 2,240-mile bicycle race. But that's nothing to Santa. He travels more than 91,000 miles in just 24 hours. We're not sure how he does it, but centuries of flying have made him a great pilot. NORAD Santa cams have just spotted Santa flying over the United Kingdom, and it appears he's circling the skies near London, England. Santa and his reindeer are quite a sight as they fly over the River Thames, close to the Tower Bridge and London Eye. NORAD Santa cams also caught Santa. NORAD's Operations Center has just verified that Santa is in South America and is in the process of delivering presents throughout Brazil, the continent's largest country. Santa has just flown over Rio de Janeiro, one of Brazil's most vibrant cities and the home of the second largest Portuguese population in the world. NORAD is keeping its satellites fixed on the heat signature of Rudolph's bright red nose as Santa continues his journey throughout South America. NORAD is receiving reports that Santa's sleigh is moving north toward Canadian airspace from the mid-Atlantic. CF-18 Hornets from the Royal Canadian Air Force are escorting Santa through Canadian airspace. As part of Operation Noble Eagle, NORAD's mission to safeguard North American skies, CF-18s maintain a constant state of alert, ready to respond immediately to potential threats to the homelands. Santa and his reindeer certainly pose no threat, but he can rest easy knowing that the NORAD team has the watch, ensuring safe travels across North America. NORAD was notified by Air Force Space Command that their PAVE Phased Array Warning System Early Warning Radar, known as PAVE-PAWS, at Cape Cod Air Force Station, Massachusetts, is tracking Santa on his way from the U.S. to South America. This radar is not only capable of detecting ballistic missile attacks and conducting general space surveillance and satellite tracking, but at this time of year, the PAVE-PAWS station keeps an eye on Santa as he flies over the Atlantic toward the Western Hemisphere. NORAD Santa cams have just spotted Santa flying over the National Mall in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. The National Mall receives about 24 million visitors each year, but there's no time tonight for Santa to visit the fantastic Smithsonian museums or the beautiful national memorials and monuments. Santa's sleigh just zoomed past the United States Capitol and the President's home, the White House. D.C. children should be snuggled in their beds so Santa can make his stops and deliver their gifts. The Canadian NORAD Regional Commander has just alerted us that Santa has been spotted high in the sky over Montreal, Quebec in Canada. Montreal is the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and many Montreal children know him in French as Père Noël. Montreal is also the home to 51 National Historic Sites in Canada, including the landmark Plaza Ville-Marie Tower and the magnificent Notre Dame Basilica, the Olympic Stadium, and more. Santa loves seeing so much history and is glad to have Canadian NORAD fighter pilots escort him over the city. NORAD confirms Santa was spotted over Peterson Air Force Base, Colorado Springs, Colorado, in the United States. Peterson is our NORAD home, as well as home to the U.S. Northern Command, Air Force Space Command, the 21st Space Wing, and many other organizations. NORAD, a binational command between Canada and the United States, provides homeland defense for North America. Did you know NORAD and our predecessor, the Continental Air Defense Command, have been tracking Santa since 1955, using military satellites, radars, fighter aircraft, and Santa cameras. NORAD's air-based tracking aircraft, the E-3 Sentry, has confirmed Santa is traveling south from Alaska. Hopefully all those patiently waiting for Santa to arrive have gone to bed by now. The E-3 Sentry is an airborne warning and control system, or AWACS, and provides an accurate real-time picture of the area. In this case, the E3 Sentry has detected Santa, despite the fact that he flies faster than Starlight. NORAD has confirmation from the Missile Defense Agency that Santa is traveling north over Greenland. The Space Tracking and Surveillance System, or STSS, consists of 2 satellites orbiting the Earth using infrared sensors as part of the Ballistic Missile Defense System. But don't worry, the Missile Defense Agency knows Santa is delivering gifts and doesn't classify him as a threat. Thanks to the STSS, NORAD is able to keep Santa in our sights, especially since Rudolph's bright red nose is easily detectable with our infrared sensors.